Hi, Hannah. How are you? Everything okay?
Good. Everything's going really well. It's a lot of work, but we're super excited for everything.
Yeah, and League of Distortion's debut has just been released. How have been the reactions so far?
Yeah, we released it on Friday, and before that, we released a bunch of music videos, four singles and music videos, and the reactions were pretty good, especially for the first three, and the last one was "I'm a Bitch," which is a little bit of more of a controversial song. So yeah, the reactions were a little bit up and down on that one.
Yeah, and it's a good album, I must say that. And
Thank you.
League of Distortion were brought to life by you and by Jim Mueller. You already worked together in Kissing Dynamite's Ecstasy. Was
Yes.
that the time when this project started shaping?
No, it was actually well, we worked together. We were together on tour even in 2019. But to be honest, I never had in mind of him being part of my new project because I mean he is in his band already, you know.
Mhm.
But then when I started working on ideas in 2020, we talked about it and he was
Mhm.
like totally up for the different style, for the harder style. And then it was like, yeah, well, do you want to be part of this? And then he was totally up for it. And yeah,
Yeah.
we also even wrote songs together before that, but not for League of Distortion.
Mhm.
So we knew that the creative process works well together too. So
Mhm.
yeah, that all went really, really, really well.
Yeah, and so you were already friends before League of Distortion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've known him since, I don't know, 6, 7 years, something like that. Maybe even
Yeah.
longer.
And why did you decide to call this project League of Distortion?
When?
Why? Why did you choose this name?
Oh my gosh, the name. Yeah, it's always so hard with the name because we had a couple of songs and then you want to find a line that kind of puts everything into a few words. So it took us quite a lot of brainstorming to come up with League of Distortion. And then nowadays, it's so hard. Once you have an idea, you Google it
Mhm.
and then you find like three
Yeah.
Facebook pages with the same name. Like, oh, we can't do that. Shit. But yeah, the league was pretty clear from once we had that
Mhm.
idea because we want to build this league not only being our us as band members but also opening it up for the people who work with us and for the fans at some point. So that was something we thought was really really fit for our universe.
Mhm.
And then the distortion actually added by thinking of what we stand for musically with the distorted vocals but also distorted guitar, distorted bass, and also by the way we deal with our lyrics, having it a little bit of a
Yeah.
distortion, not the clear way of
Mhm.
thinking but really thinking of it in a little different way than usual
Yeah.
or people do
Yeah,
usually.
and it's a name that you are pretty. I mean, it's obvious that no one ever used it. Uh, it's so uncommon. The name. Yeah,
Yes,
and
you're right. We get League of Destruction sometimes. It's like, no, it's not destruction. It's not destruction. It's distortion.
yeah, that would be more common, if it was
Yeah,
distraction instead of distortion. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and you just talked about the your sound and how you sound in this album, and I was just wondering, it's a very unique style, the combination of that you make in this album is very unique. Where does that inspiration comes from?
I think, well, it started with me having the first drafts and the first ideas. Then I got together with the producer Hannes Braun, who also worked on
Yeah.
this with us from the very beginning. And then
Also
we
from
had,
Kissing Dynamite too.
yes, exactly. Yeah. And we had two other producers joining in for the whole process. So I think that's also something that made it special with Julian Breuker and Christoph Wiczurek being part of the production team. So we have the different styles of metalcore or Kiss and Dynamite rock attitude, and also we were so open-minded for really doing what feels good. Not like, oh, we can't do this or something, but we just say, hey, this is cool. Let's just do it that way and just figure out how we like it. And yeah, I think that's why it turned out so different, because nobody told us, oh, this, you can't do that, you can't do that, or I don't know. It was
Yeah.
just what we felt.
It was a natural process
Yes,
to write
exactly.
these songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
if you had to describe this album, how would you describe it in your own words?
I would describe it as modern metal, but
Mhm.
with metalcore influences, metalcore sound, also also having some new metal influences from like the
Mhm.
90s, and even having these pop vibes coming in, the electronical sound. And I like to say that the album is full of different shades of metal. So you have the
Okay.
way I sing with the distortion, which is metal to me, but you also have the soft tunes. So it's really,
Mhm.
yeah, it has a contrast too.
Yeah, and in the way that you sing, it's not like most female vocalists in metal is like Barbies. You know what I'm saying?
The opera,
You are
yeah,
not like that.
like the operatic sound, the pretty nice,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
You are
never
the
something
total
I was
opposite to
really,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's just the rough.
Yeah. And is this League of Distortion project a one album project, or are you planning on keep on making music?
We are planning on being here to stay from now on forever. Yeah, but
Yeah.
honestly, it's really something we built. We really, it feels so good and so natural. It feels like it's been there for longer,
Mhm.
and it really feels like this is a safe base we can build on, and we can think of second, third, and 10th albums for the next
Yeah.
years,
Yeah,
50
and I'm
years.
looking forward to that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and you already write songs in your other band in XCT, then, right?
Um, no, in Exit Eden, we
Oh.
only had this cover album. Like we had the pop
Mhm.
songs in the symphonic metal style. So there was no songwriting involved for that for the first record. And
I
yeah,
thought you already had written some for the next album.
yes, well, um, that's not 100% not confirmed yet to talk
Yeah.
about.
Okay.
But I've been writing for other bands too. So I've been
Mhm.
writing for Kiss and Dynamite and Beyond the Black and
Yeah.
other bands like also in the symphonic metal style. So yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, and is it different for you to write for those bands and write for League of Distortion?
it is different because League of Distortion is, it comes from my heart. Like if I write for
Mhm.
other bands, I always try to get into their view and to their mind, and
Mhm.
also to really write the lyrics or the songs fitting to the style, because I think that's the unique way of writing songs for other people, that it's not just, oh, that I hear that's that person, but it's like, yeah, I try to be in that person of who's gonna perform and sing it. So that is different than just writing from my point of view. And yeah, I think, and that's why League of Distortion is definitely a different feeling, because it's just so, yeah, brave, and we can just do what we want and just
Yeah.
feel that league atmosphere.
Yeah, and lyrically, what does this album talk about?
It's a very empowering album. So I mean, as a contrast also to the music, to the kind of dark and low guitars, it's about struggles I've had. It has a lot of personal inspiration and things I was able to think about during COVID. Also, some
Mhm.
things I didn't want to think about or had pushed aside, but it felt good to really sit down and work up all this past experience. And also, I want to share it with other people. I want to share this experience and this feeling of, we had a rough time, but we can make it again. We can be up there
Mhm.
again. We're strong. We're stronger than before. My revenge. We won't be quiet anymore. We speak up and we're not alone. And so it has a very empowering vibe, also with LOD having this league feeling in the lyrics and in the songs. And of course, also provocative and maybe socially different topics with It Hurts So Good and I'm a Bitch.
Yeah. It's in you have two songs there. I think it's I'm a Bitch and then the last one. It's I can't remember the name. Something I don't care or I don't give a fuck or
Do
something
you
like that.
really think I fucking care? Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah,
exactly.
yeah, they're very much, more provocative than the rest of the album. Um, was that intentional? Just two songs more provocative than the rest, or no?
It wasn't intentional. It was just what felt right or good or how
Yeah,
strong this topic was to me or how loud I wanted it or how aggressive I wanted to be in the lyrics.
yeah, just
Yeah.
coming from the heart. Yeah, yeah. Now, moving on to the lineup. As I said, this League of Distortion was brought to life by you and by Jim Mueller. And how did you two pick the other members to the band?
The other, like, our bass player X, he's been by my side also since I started music, actually. Since I started studying music, we played a bunch of shitty cover gigs and we were like, he was always there. And it was cool because I knew he would be there with more or less any project I would want to do because he's
Hmm.
open-minded and he likes my style of music, and we were both into the old new metal and Rage Against the Machine and stuff like that. So when we started really working on it, it was clear he was totally in and he was absolutely excited about it. And Ian, Tino, the drummer, he's been part of my musical people too. It's crazy
Hmm.
because all these years I've actually really had a band like League of Distortion in mind. Not, of course, not
Hmm.
the way it is now, but with friends doing something that feels natural, music that doesn't have to be this and have to be that, but we can really do what we want and what we
Hmm.
feel. And then you get to know people and it's like, oh yeah, maybe him, or no, maybe not. And then so but with Tino, he also was part of the Exit Eden backup band, so I had him in there too because I just love playing music with him. So yeah, they're
Yeah.
all people who've been by my side, sometimes closer, sometimes you lose contact a little bit, but always there, and now we're starting this together. It feels like, yeah, it
Yeah.
feels like we're teenagers again, starting a new band project. It's really so cool.
Yeah, you are all friends already, so yeah, that's really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
and did they have the chance to participate in your writing process?
Yes, I even started with the writing. I also started with Axe in the very beginning with just throwing ideas and throwing riffs together and pre-producing some things. And yeah, for the topics and the lyrics, we did a lot of talking about it too. Like when I had a new idea, we had Zoom meetings, and I was telling them about what they think and if that would be cool, because I want us all to have the same opinion with the songs. I mean,
Mhm.
we have the same mindset, so that totally works, but it's not something I want to just do. I think that, and I want the band to think the same. I really want our topics to be
Yeah.
our topics, and of course me singing them, but yeah, it's definitely something that needs to be, yeah,
Hmm.
for the whole band.
Yeah, and so as you said, you would all gather in Zoom meetings, so most of these songs are still written in the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah. Maybe that's why they're so aggressive too. You just wanted to throw that out. Yeah,
you're right, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. And what about your touring plans for this album?
Yeah, so we have a tour coming up in 2 days. What?
Yeah.
Yes, with Caliban, Ghost Kid, and Resolve.
Mhm.
It's gonna be 6 dates, only in Germany at first, but
Yeah.
that's the first real release tour. We're super looking forward to that. And then we have another couple of things planned, but nothing to talk about yet. But stay tuned. There's some more to come.
Yeah, and a show in Portugal would be amazing. So if
That
the
would be
opportunity
so.
comes, don't miss it. Yeah.
Yes, I would love that. Absolutely. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah. Okay. And what about now? Which are your plans for League of Distortion? You know, just keep writing songs and touring.
First, yeah, we really want to. I mean, League of Distortion is a live band and is the community feeling and the feeling of power with the fans. That's just something we need to play and build the connection with the people. So we really want to tour as much as we can and have summer festivals. And of course the ideas are rolling already for a second
Yeah.
album, but I think we'll have enough to do with this first album and enough to play, and maybe even Europe,
Yeah.
you know, maybe even Portugal, maybe really having not only this Germany, Austria places close to us, but really going a little farther. That would be, yeah, that's our plan.
Yeah. That looks like a really good plan. Well, that's it. Thank you so much. It was an honor. Would you like to send any message to your Portuguese fans?
Yes. Yeah, we're so excited to be out there. We really want everybody to feel welcome to be part of this league, part of League of Distortion. So check out our videos, check out our songs, order our album if you want to support us. And I hope so much to be able to tour Portugal and to see many of you guys there.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Thank you so much, Anna. It was an
Wonderful.
honor.
It was great talking to you.
Yeah.